In a hidden valley wrapped in silver fog, there was a town that never appeared on any map. Its name was Moonhollow, and it was a place that only came alive once a year, on the night of Halloween. By day, Moonhollow was silent. The streets slept beneath blankets of fallen leaves, and the houses stood still, their windows dark, their doors shut tight. But when the last stroke of midnight rang through the clock tower, a quiet whisper stirred through the air, and the midnight parade began. It was said that every year, spirits, fairies, and old forgotten dreams marched down the streets together, their lanterns glowing with starlight, their laughter echoing through the hills. Children who peeked from their windows could see shadows dancing in the moonlight, and if they were lucky, they might even catch a candy or two that floated past their window. But one Halloween night, everything was different. The clock struck 12, and nothing happened. No lights, no laughter, no parade. In a small cottage near the edge of town, a little girl named Clara sat by her window, waiting. Her hair shimmered like the moon, and her eyes sparkled like frost. She had never missed a midnight parade before. It was her favorite night of the year. She waited and waited, but the streets remained dark. So she wrapped herself in a wool cloak, grabbed her lantern, and stepped outside. The fog was thick, curling around her feet like sleepy cats. The air smelled like rain and pumpkin smoke. She followed the empty street to the tall clock tower, where an old wizard named Elder Mistral lived. Everyone in Moonhollow said he had seen every Halloween since time began. Clara climbed the spiral stairs, her lantern lighting each step with golden light. At the top, she found Mistral surrounded by books, potions bubbling softly beside him. "Something's wrong, isn't it?" she asked. The old wizard sighed, his beard shimmering with dust. "Yes, child," he said. "The great lantern that lights the parade, its flame has gone out." Clara's eyes widened. "Can it be lit again?" "Perhaps," said Mistral, "if someone brave enough can find it. It was lost long ago, deep in the forest of whispers, where forgotten things go to sleep." Without hesitation, Clara said, "Then I'll find it." Mistral smiled sadly. "You will need this," he said, handing her a silver compass. "It doesn't point north. It points to what your heart seeks most." So Clara set off beneath a sky filled with thin, silver clouds. The forest loomed ahead, dark, tangled, and full of murmurs. The trees whispered her name. Leaves rustled even when there was no wind. Deeper she walked, until she reached a narrow bridge guarded by two talking ravens with glowing eyes. "Who dares cross our bridge?" croaked the first raven. "A friend," Clara said. "Friends must pay a toll," said the second raven. "A story or a song." So Clara sang a soft lullaby her mother used to hum, a song about stars that never sleep. The ravens listened quietly, then bowed their heads and let her pass. Beyond the bridge lay the mirror lake, so still it reflected the sky perfectly. Clara bent to see her reflection, but instead of her face, she saw a tall, shadowy figure behind her. "Don't be afraid," said a gentle voice. "I am the forgotten spirit. Once I carried the great lantern. But my light faded when the town stopped believing in the parade." Clara's heart ached. "I still believe," she said softly. "Show me where it is." The spirit smiled, and the surface of the lake began to glow. From beneath the water, a great lantern rose, its flame dark and cold. Clara took it gently in her hands. She closed her eyes and whispered the same lullaby she sang to the ravens. As she sang, a tiny spark flickered inside the lantern. And then, whoosh, It burst into brilliant golden light. The spirit bowed deeply. "The light of belief," he said, "is stronger than any magic." And with that, he vanished into the mist. Clara ran back through the forest, her lantern lighting the path with gold. When she reached Moonhollow, the clock struck 1. And suddenly, the town awoke. Pumpkins glowed, music filled the streets, and the midnight parade returned. Fairies danced on rooftops, skeletons juggled apples, and children laughed until their cheeks hurt. Elder Mistral looked down from his tower and smiled, and Clara, standing in the heart of it all, held the lantern high, its golden flame shining brighter than the moon. From that night on, the midnight parade never disappeared again, because as long as one heart believes in magic, Moonhollow will always awaken at midnight.